Why do you want that beer so bad?
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
Coming to you almost live from deep in the heart of Texas is the Drinking Texas podcast with me, Stephanie, and two guys whose glasses are never half empty. That's Chip and Mike.
Hey, this is Chip and Mike with Drinking Texas, coming to you from Bluebonnet Beer Company with the Filipino goddess of love, Stephanie,
Hello,
that you just heard
hello.
of, and the mistress, Vicky.
Geez, I'm feeling surrounded.
Yeah. How are y'all doing today?
I'm doing great.
Good.
I'm glad I wasn't the last person to show up.
Well, yeah, that would be Mike.
Somebody has to be.
Yeah, well, you don't always have to be, though. So the reason we're coming to you from Bluebonnet Beer Company in Round Rock, Texas is because we're here with the owners, Clare and Dave Halama. How are y'all doing today?
Doing great.
Good. Thank y'all very much for joining us.
Thank you for having us, for sure.
See, he totally went off script right there. He introduced Claire first. What was that all about?
As he should.
Yeah, well,
Because he's smart.
I like walking, so
Then again, I did get here late.
Yeah, you did. Should have introduced you last. Anyway, so Mike wrote down a nice script for me to follow, and I'm going to follow it until I don't.
Until he reaches a word he can't understand.
Yeah, that he made up. So it's been said that Bluebonnet is to Texas what the Shamrock is to Ireland. So for Dave and Claire to name their craft brewery after the state flower is either pure genius or absolute madness. We're here to find out which. But before we get into that, we drink, Mike.
We drink.
Tell us what we have to choose from.
Well, we got quite a few choices tonight. On the whiskey side of things, we've got Ben Milam Limited Edition Straight Bourbon. That's a 2-year-old. That's beautiful. We've got 9 Banded Small Batch Whiskey, which is blended in Austin, but it's blended from whiskeys from several different distilleries. You want something a little spicier? We got Bullet Rye. Everybody's heard of Bullet Rye. If you want something really good, we've got Eagle Rare. That's a 10-year-old bourbon out of Kentucky. And, if you're the type of guy who likes, the MMA, we've got a little Proper 12, some of Conor McGregor's whiskey. We have some beer as well, but I'm going to let Chip talk about what he brought.
So that is from Flying Heart Brewers in Brew Pub out in Shreveport, Louisiana. Our friend out there, Ben, and his wife, I know it's Elizabeth, they were nice enough to give us a keg of Mojito Candy Shandy. So Dave and Claire were nice enough to let us pour that in their brewery, and we're going to drink whatever they let us. So that's it.
Well, with all these choices, just got us stunned into silence. I think it's a good time for us to go to break, and we'll be back with David and Claire after this.
Hey, this is Chip with Drinking Texas, and Stephanie's going to tell you where you can find us.
You can find us on Instagram at DrinkingTX, on Facebook at Drinking Texas, on the Twitters at DrinkingTX1, because we are number 1, YouTube at Drinking Texas TV. Then you can find where we're at, all the gear, on our website at www.drinkingtx.com.
All right, so we're back. So let's see what everybody's drinking. Tell us what you think about it. Mike, what you got?
Well, coming to me first, I don't even remember. Oh, wait a minute. I poured a little bit of that Eagle Rare. Okay, it's kind of cheating because I've had it before. It's a 10-year-old Kentucky bourbon, and it is just incredibly smooth. I think one of the best for the money, easily the best.
I would say the same thing. Claire,
What'd you have?
well, I'm gonna ask Claire first.
I mean,
because we're going ladies first.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
Burn.
that makes sense.
yeah. Claire, what'd you get?
So I went with the Ben Milam, and it's very smooth, really, really nice. I actually
Good.
like it. And I'm not much of a bourbon drinker. I drink beer. So for me to like that, it's very, very smooth.
Very cool. Stephanie?
So I went to Shandy, and this is dangerous. Oh, man. All I'm missing is a pool, work on my tan. I'll be done.
That sounds nice. Dave, what'd you get?
I'm drinking a Bluebonnet Cream Ale. It's aged 2 weeks in the keg.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 2019 vintage.
Ooh.
But
I heard that's the best year.
super good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Easy drinking,
Well, I hear the people that make that are really nice, and they do a
They're
good
all
job.
right.
But
They're all right.
they do a pretty good job.
Well, at least one of them is.
They're very
Yeah,
hospitable.
well, yeah. And then there's Claire. No, I got the. So you asked me. I got the Eagle Rare as well. I'm not going to pass up a chance to drink Eagle Rare. That is one of my absolute favorite whiskeys. But Ben Milam, they're absolutely delicious as well. They're right up there.
A limited edition. Do they make other spirits, or is it all bourbon?
It's all bourbon. Well, they make a bourbon and a rye. Their single barrel won double gold in San Francisco, and the rye won double gold in San Francisco. And they've got the
Special.
most established distiller in the state of Texas.
Oh, yes.
Really?
Yeah. And her name slips me right now. Is it Maureen? It's not Maureen. It's starts with Marlene. Yeah, she was with Jim Beam for 27 years. Was about to retire. Heard Ben Milam's story, and then decided to come help him out. So, and she is fantastic. Mostly women run and female owned.
She's the head distiller out there?
Yep, she is.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Very- yeah.
it's great. If you get a chance to go out there, they're in Blanco, Texas. Get out there, talk to them, and it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful.
Get out there.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Mike, I know we're here talking to Dave and Claire, but I know you've got a random question for them.
Well, I do have a question, and I'd like to see their answer, and I'd like to see your answer. All right, so there's no bigger cliche than pizza and beer, man. Pizza and beer, they go together. But these days also, you've got all kinds of different establishments that do food and beer pairings and things like that. What I want to ask you is what kind of food do you prefer with a beer? If you're going to have something, you're like, you know what, I need a beer to go with that.
Can we each answer?
Oh, yeah,
We,
sure.
we may have different answers.
I would hope.
Oh, yes,
I would hope that y'all would answer
You
individually.
go first.
Uh-oh.
Well, a lot of it, of course, is depends on the situation, right? Depends on the situation, where you are, time of day, who you're with. But I really like Hawaiian food. I was born and raised in Hawaii.
Spam.
Yes, and
Everything goes with spam.
Yes.
if we're floating on the river and I've got a beer, I will have some spam musubi to go with it.
Yes.
Right? You guys know what musubi is?
I have got no clue.
Okay.
You
so-
won me at spam. Keep
all right.
going.
Do you know what spam musubi is?
No, but I just love
my
spam.
goodness. Okay.
We need to make
So
that and
it's-
have another
imagine-
thing.
Deal.
Yeah.
Sushi. It's rice. It's like rice on the top and bottom with a piece of spam in the middle, wrapped in seaweed.
Sometimes
Okay.
with a fried egg in there.
Super good.
Interesting.
That
And it's
sounds
kind of
so
like
amazing.
the perfect food if you're on the river, if you're at the beach, whatever. Got salty, it's got starch, and then nice light beer to go with it, cream ale, wit, something like that.
I know somebody
That's-
that makes cream ale.
Yeah.
That's really good.
It actually pairs really well with the wit.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
So-
my favorite. Musubi with the wit just goes
I call it a
really, really
Hawaiian
well.
food, but it's kind of it's like a hybrid of Hawaiian, Japanese,
Yeah,
But used to eat a lot of it in Hawaii. So
yeah.
Nice.
So I guess for me, it really changes because my beer is based on what I'm eating. And I like my beer complement my food and vice versa. One of the best places I love going is the beer dinners at Greenhouse. If you guys have never been, you need to go. They do a beautiful job of pairing the beers with the food. And usually they start with the beer. And then they taste the beer, and to see this whole process is the coolest thing ever. When we did our first beer dinner, they came out to the brewery, and we said, okay, here are the beers we'd like to feature in this beer dinner. And they actually sat down, tasted each beer, and came up with the menu as they were drinking the beer.
Oh, that's
It was
brilliant.
the coolest thing ever. And they picked out things in the beer that I never would have even noticed. And it just changed my whole experience on when I'm pairing beer with food. So they're kind of my go-to when it comes to pairing beer and food.
No,
And
but
it varies.
What kind of food though?
Whatever they make
Well,
me,
if
that's
you-
what I like.
That's kind of
It's all good.
That's kind of a cop out answer.
No.
It
You
is
gotta
a
pick. You
cop-out,
gotta
but-
pick
Yeah,
one
no,
thing.
You need to
One.
call her on her BS. You
Yeah,
need to pick
no.
a food.
But say, for example,
Just say tacos.
when
Just
so
say
you can't go
tacos.
wrong with
Tacos,
that.
yeah, tacos are always
that's
good.
just lame. I
Well-
mean, so one of the things they made that I actually was really surprised at, they made a bone marrow
Oh, it was
dish.
bone marrow.
It
Yeah.
was bone marrow, and they paired it with the barley wine.
I don't even remember.
So we had a barley wine that we made here at the brewery, and which I never would have put a barley wine with bone marrow, but the richness of the bone marrow and that barley wine
They spread it on
is
like a
probably the
crusty
best
bread,
pairing
you know?
I have ever had.
Almost like
it
a
was
cracker.
just, it was yummy. It was kind of like
Yeah,
the
look
texture
at Chip's face right
pate.
now.
Yeah.
It's like bone
And
marrow.
it's amazing.
You ever had
It's
bone
something
marrow?
I never.
No, and that's probably something that I will never have.
I think they have it in the frozen food section at the Costco.
I think
Yeah.
you should try it.
Well,
Try
I
it
think
once.
Vicky thinks I should try a lot of stuff, but
It's
Bone
something
marrow
I
and
never
musubi.
thought I would
That's what
like.
you need to try.
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
Not
gravy.
together.
I'm not going to I'm not going to commit to this, but
We'll see. We'll see.
we'll see.
When I asked that question, I wasn't expecting bone marrow
Yeah,
That's
or-
actually really brilliant.
or
Hey, you ask a random
Musubi.
question, you get a random answer.
That-
hey,
Touche.
those are.
I was
completely
not
random.
expecting bone marrow or jujubes.
Yeah. So, Mike, what's yours?
Well, mine it goes back to actually my first craft beer experience. This tiny
Which was
little
Schlitz.
that was crafty. That's different. I was in this little town in Central California, and they opened up a microbrew there. There weren't any anywhere. It was 1986. There weren't any anywhere else, and all they made was an ale. They called it an earthquake ale. It was just a nice, light, dark, medium-bodied beers.
Craft brewery in California in 86.
86 in Central
There weren't
California.
many of them.
No,
I mean,
Anchor Steam in San
Anchor,
Francisco,
Sierra Nevada.
and San Andreas Brewing in Hollister.
Okay.
That was it.
Are they still around?
No, they did a 20-year run and they
No,
closed.
I'm curious.
They closed. I know. I tried to look them up.
Because if you were around back then, it was kind of like you were on the you were one of the pioneers, right?
It surprised
Oh, yeah.
me. It surprised me. It was a a craft brewery and pub, and they also had odd food choices. And so one of the first times I went in there and had that beer, I got a plate of Gator, and
California,
in
Gator.
in Central California, and now anytime I go to Louisiana, if I get Gator, I've got to have a nice medium-bodied amber, not necessarily cold beer to go with it.
Did he just say not necessarily cold
That's
beer?
what I heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good gosh.
Cold,
what are we,
cold is
European?
optional.
Right.
We're not European, Mike.
We're
from
running out of
Texas.
time. I know Chip's answer is Wiener Schnitzel, chili dogs, and no,
Wrong.
wait, what?
Absolutely wrong. That's yours. When you get drunk, Mike always wants to go to Wiener Schnitzel. Like, what the hell is that? But whatever. But mine actually is, mine's probably going to be the lamest because mine is pizza and wings. And I don't think you could go wrong. Ice cold beer, nice slice of pizza, and some good wings. So that, I've had many a night where that was my entire night. And I loved every one of them. So, Stephanie?
No, I think my answer is going to be the lamest because now I love Spam. I'll try something once.
Yes, you will.
That was college. Now, to go with the cold beer, another cold beer is the answer to that. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Which is actually the
You
correct
have
answer.
them together, so you like double fisting
yeah.
it? or-
Double fisting it, like
So you
a-
can make
like
sure the
a-
pairing is right.
And
Right.
she's careful with her calories. She's not going to throw them away on like
Yeah.
a prime rib or something.
Why would I
On
do
a salad. You
Exactly.
wouldn't wanna
Why would I
waste
get a
calories on a
pretzel when I
Yeah.
can have another beer? 2 beers, in fact.
Yes.
That's the only thing better than one beer.
Yes,
It's all
exactly.
about choices.
Yeah.
It is
Definitely.
because either that or it's popcorn, and I think I'd rather do beer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that is actually the correct answer that we were looking for. So,
No, so Stephanie wins.
yeah,
Stephanie
Stephanie
wins.
wins. So, on that note, we're going to take another quick break. Mike, it is time for a break, correct?
It's according to the clock on the floor.
Okay. So we're going to take a quick break, finish up our drinks, and get to the topic that everybody's been waiting to talk about.
All about the Bluebonnets.
If you drink and drive, it's not just your plans for the evening that get messed up, it's your plans for the future. We're talking fines and fees that'll keep you broke for a long time. We're talking about having to ask friends and frenemies for rides for months. And that career you were thinking about? Well, DWIs can show up on background checks and they don't make your resume any better. So think of a better plan, okay?
Don't lose control of your future with a DWI. Plan a sober ride before you go out so you don't drink, drive, go to jail. Plan while you can at soberrides.org. A message from TxDOT.
Get a mad, thanks, dude.
Hey, we're back from break with Dave and Claire Halama from Bluebonnet Brewing here in Round Rock, Texas. And before we get to the main topic, we got a couple questions that we want to ask you. What just made y'all decide to get into beer?
So David is a longtime home brewer. Before we even opened the brewery, he had already been brewing for 20 some odd years before we even started doing this. He took in college, when he went to UT, majored in biology, and took this class on yeast, or had a yeast component to it, and was fascinated. Went to Austin Homebrew, bought his first homebrew kit, and brewed some really nasty beer. It was
Facts.
I'm telling the truth. It was really, really bad. Thank goodness it got better since then. But it was one of those things that he did in the garage and brewed for years. And when it got to the point that we had 8 taps of different beer in the garage, neighbors coming over to fill their growlers, I was like, maybe we need to do
more brewing equipment than cars in the garage.
Absolutely, yeah. It kind of became an issue. So in 2009, he decided, you know what, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right. And he actually quit his daytime job.
Congratulations.
And moved to California for 6 months.
Oh, maybe not
while
that
I
part.
stayed here with 3 kids. It's amazing
were
we're
they your
still
kids?
married.
She had the
3 kids.
tougher job for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he went to beer school for 6 months. I know it sounds like a made-up thing, but it's real. Got his Master Brewer certification.
Brewers
Master Brewer
program.
School. Yes, the Master Brewers program. Got his Master Brewer certification, came back with grand plans of, you know what, we're going to do this. We're going to open a brewery. And it took us another, 5 years or so to really...
Yeah, about there.
Yeah, to really
pretty
kind
close.
of... We did a lot of research. We went to a lot of conferences. Really, we wanted to do it right. When we did open the brewery, we wanted to do it the right way. So.
But we also kind of got stuck in this paralysis by analysis type thing.
Right.
Where it's
Absolutely.
where we wanted to take the leap, but we didn't want to. Let's work on the business plan again. Let's go to another conference. Let's take another class. And finally, we went to a conference, but bumped into my professor from UC Davis, who looked at me and goes like, "What the hell are you still doing? What are you waiting for?" He's like, "Don't come back and see me until you open a brewery."
Yep.
I'm like, "Oh shit, okay."
Yeah.
That was
Yep.
the kick in the ass I needed. He's like,
good.
he's
And
like,
we
"Why?
came
Why
and
did
started
you-"
that very next
It's like,
year.
He's like, "Why did you go through the program if you're not going to do anything with it?" I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He called me on my bullshit. So
It's better to make sure you have all your ducks in a row though than to just only brew for a couple weeks and then start up a brewery. Because
yeah, from the technical brewing aspect, yes, but from the business side, they always say no. You should always start sooner. Just do something.
right,
Doesn't
but
matter
you
what it
got to
is,
make sure you know how to brew good beer because there's some
Yeah,
breweries out
yeah.
there that don't have good beer that just threw a brewery together just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
can tell by drinking their beer. It's
Yeah.
just not where it should be.
And we have a list of those guys right here.
Yeah, and
Oh my gosh.
number one
would
is
love to
we,
see that
we
list.
would
No.
we don't do that. I mean, we keep
We keep the list,
tab,
but
we
it's,
don't tell anybody about it.
No, it's private.
Yeah, exactly. So, Mike, what questions you got?
Oh man, I can't believe you hit me with that one already. I was just about to take a drink, and now I've got gas. All right.
That's
So you
nothing
admit
new.
that first beer was awful. What was the first decent one? What was the first one where you went, "Holy cow, I can do this"?
So I actually can talk about that one.
Yeah, take it.
So he got back from UC Davis, and basically after we spent all that money on school, came back and said, "Oh shit, I've been doing it all wrong. So I need to get all the equipment. We need to do all this stuff." And so one of the beers that he brewed when he got back was our American Amber, and oh my god, it's like it was just to a whole nother level. He had never brewed anything to that level before, and it was amazing. So he submitted
Wait,
it
are you saying
to.
that all the stuff I brewed before? All of it was garbage.
That's what you just said.
Well,
That's what I heard.
So,
That's what I
so
heard.
you also remember I did not drink beer before you got back from UC Davis. So
Oh, that says
it's
a lot, too.
subjective.
So
yeah. So
So-
in her,
non-beer
in my
drinker
opinion-
is judging my beer.
yeah,
So
in the non-beer
Take that
drinker just
into
said your
account.
beer was crap until
well,
you
but
made
yes,
the
but
American
you also
Amber.
said that I have a very good palate.
you
so
have an excellent palate.
yeah.
So her good palate
yeah.
said your beers were crap before you made the American Amber.
So I'm curious as to what you paired what kind of food did you pair that with?
This is so far before pairings.
So it was before pairings, but let me tell you, there is nothing better with that amber than a really good chili. And I actually use the amber to make chili, and it's phenomenal.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
So good.
I can't wait for that.
I make a venison chili with the American amber that is to die for.
2, please.
Yes.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And I have Tupperware to go.
With or without beans?
Oh,
Ooh,
no,
yes.
without beans.
Well, being from Texas, now I've got 2 answers because one, being from Texas, you have to have it without beans, but I prefer it with beans.
Well, without beans, isn't it just hot dog sauce?
No.
No, it's called chili.
no,
bun.
You must
Not
excuse
chili.
both of
It's
them.
nacho
They're
It's
not
called
from
Texas chili.
They're not
Texas
from
chili.
Texas. So,
Or chili con carne. Oh, wait a minute. No, if it's only meat, how is it con carne?
It's chili.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Chip, I'm with you. So my mother's from Chicago, and when I was growing up, she always made it with kidney beans.
Yeah.
So, of course, I grew up in Hawaii, and when she made chili, it had kidney beans. So,
And then he
Mine-
needs
wait,
this
did
Texas
it have
girl.
spam
Yeah.
now?
no.
No.
Oh,
Ground beef.
I had spam chili the other weekend.
I have not done
Spam-orama
that.
started back, by the way. Thank you. Okay. Side note, continue.
Sorry, I
There
may
you
have
go.
to try that, though. I'm just saying.
Yeah, don't invite me over for that one.
So
But,
I think we need to go with the big question here. Bluebonnet. So at some point you thought you were great enough that you were just going to take the iconic Bluebonnet
some
and say
point,
that's us.
Well,
No,
that-
where'd you come up with the name? Why'd you settle on Bluebonnet?
So no, that point has not hit us yet. We don't think we're great enough to just roll it out like that. But no, we when we were coming up, or when we were trying to figure out names for the brewery, we sat down with our kids as a family, and I think what a
Nice.
lot of folks do is they just make a list, right? Of they just start throwing things out there, right?
Okay.
And
And you research them.
yeah,
Names?
well,
Yeah,
yeah,
every
because
name.
I mean,
Okay.
you don't want to put something on the list that's already been taken,
Right.
That's
Right.
the
So you're
point,
just
right.
spinning your wheels. You get attached to it, and it's oh shit, it's
Okay,
already
right.
done. Already
Okay.
done. So no, we were wanting to pick something that kind of represented the state. Claire's a native Texan, and I'm a naturalized Texan, but yeah, we wanted something that kind of represented the state. And frankly, we were surprised that nobody had taken that yet, because this is kind of 2013, right around the time when craft breweries are really just taking off, right? And everything was getting snapped up. But one of our daughter, in fact, was it Hannah?
Yeah, it was Hannah, I think.
Hannah, who's behind the bar tonight.
Yep, it was Hannah.
She's
Thank
the
you,
one
Hannah.
that put that on the list.
Yeah, shout out.
And you know how, 2012 or whatever, a lot of brewery names are coming out with you had to be big or hard or just kind of tough sounding, right?
Yeah,
I'm like,
very.
no, we're gonna name it after a flower,
I mean, I
But
approve.
it is the Texas
It is
flower.
But that's
The
yeah,
Texas
yeah, it's the
flower,
state
yes.
flower, right?
Yeah.
And of course, part of it too was we wanted something that wasn't too localized. We didn't want to go with Round Rock Brewing Company
Gotcha.
or
No, that
brewery or
makes
something like
sense.
that, because we had maybe slightly grander plans to maybe
As we still
grow our distribution footprint throughout the state, and that the Bluebonnet name would resonate to anybody in Texas, right? I mean, everybody takes Bluebonnet pictures in the spring,
Right.
and so most people know what a Bluebonnet is.
Yeah. Well, and that's one of the other things is when you think about bluebonnets, anybody from Texas has wonderful memories of sitting in the bluebonnets with your family, with your pets, whatever,
Squatting in the bluebonnets.
yes,
Yeah.
taking pictures. I mean, it always goes with happy thoughts.
Right.
So that's one of
Yeah.
those things that with us, at least, it's happy thoughts with us. So that's kind of why we went down that path.
I like that idea. So I see Hannah behind the bar here. Thank you. She's been a great server.
Beer tender.
Server.
Server.
Yes.
I was trying to combine all those words at once.
She has so many things.
You said there's 3 total? Do
Yes.
the other 2 help participate?
Absolutely, absolutely. So anytime you come here on a taproom night, you'll see either Hannah or our oldest Haley or our son Derek. Derek is usually washing the glasses. Although he has said that as soon as he turns 18, he's going to get his TABC because he wants to pour. So funny story, Hannah, we were open on her 18th birthday. She got
nice.
off school, went home, took her TABC, and poured that night.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Oh, she said she took it before school.
Before school.
Oh, before school.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was on. Yeah.
It was
that day.
on her birthday that she took it. So she
Because-
always remembers when it expires, which is kind of a nice
makes
thing
sense.
too. But yeah, it is a true family business. I
That's
mean,
brilliant.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I can tell by the smile on her face that she enjoys it.
she does.
Yeah, that is nice. So you said that you don't want to be like iconic, but you also have a Mockingbird Pilsner and a Bald Eagle Stout. So that's kind of interesting.
Wait, we're gonna need a fact check on that.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm just kidding about those. That's a joke.
Oh yeah, no, but we need to, we were thinking about stuff like that, right? When we're naming our beers, since we're going with the state flower, we're like, okay, what other state animals are there, right? Or other things that kind of
Iconic
represent
Texas
the state,
things.
right? And of course,
Okay.
the horny toad, there's the whitetail,
Right.
there's armadillo, there's all
Armadillo.
kinds of stuff, right? But a lot of those are taken already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
Well, I like the name. I think you'll do a
Well,
good job.
but the one we did come up with was Trophy Buckle.
well, yeah, but that's not like a Texas specific thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's Western.
Rodeo and no.
Yes,
Well, I
those-
grew
those
up with
buckles
the
that they
buckles
win?
were a big
Yes.
deal in Texas.
Of course, but also
He's
in
not-
Wyoming and
Well,
Colorado.
I'm sure they
and-
are. I'm sure they
yeah,
are.
but
Oklahoma.
their buckles aren't nearly as big as Texas
Yeah.
buckles.
Oh, of course.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yes,
And I noticed that you also have a Bluebonnet Wit.
we do.
So
Yes.
there's that name as well. I do enjoy that one.
Well,
Texas
and-
pecan.
Oh, my God.
That's right. I said
no.
it. Pecan.
No,
Nope.
pecan.
Try it again.
Pecan.
You're out. Sorry.
No, pecan
English
is a
is my
totally
first
different
language.
thing.
No, but she
Yeah.
means it that way, though.
Oh, but talk about the wit.
Oh, so we
That's gotta-
actually make we actually make two different wits. So the one that's on the wall right now is our summer wit.
Okay.
So that one's made with Seville bitter orange, very citrusy, very light, very easy drinker. But the other one that we make it in the spring, and that is
And that
my
was kind
beer.
of the original wit.
That is
right,
the
we
original.
made. Yeah.
So this is one of the beers David brewed when he got back from UC Davis because I didn't drink beer and he wanted to make something that I would drink. So
Okay.
he brewed this wit beer with the Texas Ruby Red grapefruit.
Oh, nice.
Yum.
And it is phenomenal. It's not overly sweet. It's just that yummy grapefruit citrus. And we've tried brewing it with other grapefruits, and it does not come out the same.
Okay.
You have got to do it with the Texas Ruby Reds. We even tried it with Florida Ruby Reds, and it was not the same.
Okay. I can see
So
that.
yeah, it really is a wonderful beer. And we try to incorporate Texas products as much as we can in our beer. It's not always easy, but anytime
Right.
we can. We did something with Round Rock Honey one time. In fact, I think it was last summer.
Yum.
We did a Round Rock Honey Blonde that was really, really nice. It was just a light, it was kind of a pool sipper. You could have that and sit by the pool and just sip on it all day. It was so good.
That's usually what I'm looking for when I'm by the pool is a blonde.
Yeah, I think most guys are looking for
Yeah.
that at the pool.
Bikini.
Yeah.
No, the beer.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's
beer
what-
too. But
Yeah.
but I like where you were going with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. So y'all have a couple of great events that y'all have out here, and we've been to them both so far. And they're you
Go
might
with-
tell us.
Yeah, go
what-
with the original one. Do the
Yeah, the Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Do you
the
mind telling
October-
us? And that's
Yeah,
coming
the
up here before
Oktoberfest.
too
What-
long.
what-
Coming up.
Are we- is
possibly
this
in
gonna be the
October.
This
fourth?
is our fifth.
Fifth?
This
Fifth?
is our fifth
Fifth?
Oktoberfest.
Okay.
Yes. Gosh. Yeah.
So this year it's going to be on October 6th, and it's a Sunday, from noon to 6, right?
Yep. Yep.
It's going to be a good event. We're brewing 4 special beers for it. Which
And we brew traditional German beers.
Yeah, we try to do that every year. We'll this year we're making a Bavarian Helles, Oktoberfest, let's see, a Munich Dunkel,
Yep.
a dark lager, and then also a Hefeweizen.
Very
Wow.
nice.
So we like to kind of try and brew them true to style, authentic as we can. We try and match the water profile of either Munich or other areas in Germany where the beers originate.
That's very cool.
And we use authentic German ingredients, hops and grain and yeast strains from the area.
Yep.
So we try to do as much as we can
As
to,
close as we
to
can
match
get it.
And
yeah.
while I've never been, we have a bunch of customers that roll through here and try it and be like, yep, that's how I remember it. I've been to the Oktoberfest in Munich, and that's what I remember.
Yep.
I'm like, oh,
So you have the
and that-
beer wenches and everything.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
of course.
Brilliant,
Yes.
Got
brilliant.
to, yeah.
Yes.
They're
all
wearing
of my
dirndls.
daughters, I wear traditional German.
what's it called?
It's a dirndl.
Dirndl.
Yes, I wear a traditional, as do most of the people that work wear
Yeah.
those.
Very cool.
We're gonna dress
Army of
Stephanie up
volunteers.
this year for it.
Yes,
that?
you need
We're gonna
to.
dress Stephanie
That'll
up
be
this year
fun.
for it.
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yes, I'm telling
Okay.
you. Yes.
Deal.
Lederhosen for
The-
you.
so the
There you
men
go.
wear
The men
lederhosen.
wear the lederhosen.
Women wear the dirndl.
Yes.
Men wear the lederhosen. They get to run around in leather pants all day.
And
It's
men,
very
make
warm.
sure that yours is a dark brown. That way, when you piss yourself, no one can
Oh,
tell.
wow. That's like,
You're welcome.
that's
Yes.
a like,
Wow.
assumption already.
Okay.
Like it's going to
No.
happen.
So,
Oh,
so,
we,
No, that's
we've had it
experience.
happen.
Yeah.
so there's that.
We've
But
had it
it's-
happen.
But you're welcome. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
yeah. I don't piss myself.
So in addition to beer,
Yeah.
what do you have?
I mean, wow.
There's
Wow.
music.
So yeah, we got some polka bands out here. Actually, we'll have one polka band.
One polka band that will
And,
play throughout
they're
the entire
awesome.
day. They're
Oh,
so
nice.
good.
Yeah. We have a giant beer tent. We close the parking lot down,
Yeah.
right? We don't allow any parking in here because
Okay.
it's all
Get here
foot
early,
traffic.
everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, and we have a big beer tent with a stage, polka band, bunch of tables and chairs under
Area
the
for
tent.
dancing.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got called out on that one year.
yeah, that we needed.
Yeah.
We needed a dance floor.
And y'all had it
Period
last year.
sets.
You know,
we did.
The music
Just from
moves
now on.
people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Along with the Stein
Absolutely.
holding contests.
I would think it would be
Yes.
the
But,
beer moving them, but okay.
Vendors.
A
Well,
little
that
bit of
too.
both. Yeah. Brats, soft pretzels.
Yum.
Y'all have vendors out here?
We do.
We have a bunch of vendors, local vendors
Yep.
with
Yes.
like handmade stuff. We don't
Oh, yeah.
we like to like have the guys that actually are making stuff, not
Yes.
just
You got
kind of
the-
reselling stuff.
And we
right?
keep it very local. I try to get people that are live in Williamson County, so they're our neighbors, and
Okay.
you want to support local. So
And y'all also have the Round Rock Brewers Association, Homebrew
Yes, yeah, the
Association,
homebrewers,
homebrewers.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Y'all, they had a tent. Eddie's over
They
there.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll bring out, some of the homebrews and just kind of give them away, give people samples, and
Yep.
try and get folks to sign up and get interested in the hobby.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's awesome. We have a whole inflatable like bouncy house area for
Huge
the
area for the kids.
shorties.
So if you want to,
That's
if you want
what
to give your
it is.
kids
Well,
a bunch
I
of
mean,
sugar
Well,
and
it
let them
depends
go,
how
Take
much
a
how much you have to
grown-up,
drink. I mean, you can get in there
I
too.
can ask the children to politely leave so
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
throw up on them. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah, that's probably a thing to consider.
But yeah, we're we get the mayor out here to tap the first keg,
Yep.
and it's a lot of fun.
That is.
We had last year we had a special hammer designed just for him from some local craftsmen. We need to name it probably, but yeah. So
Yeah, I don't know.
it's this really cool handle or hammer that's handmade, and it's got a leather wrap that was handmade with a local
one
vendor.
of the guys is here tonight.
Yeah,
Eddie.
actually, Eddie is here.
right back
he
there.
he made the hammer.
He made the hammer. Hannah, can you go get the hammer?
It's in the grain room.
The mallet, I should
Yeah.
say.
Yes, the mallet is in the grain room.
I would suggest Thor, but that brings up a joke that we
No.
can't say.
No, but a lot of people
Mjolnir?
hold it up like they're Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They think they are.
So
but
Eddie made the hammer, or the mallet, I should say.
Yeah.
One of our other regulars, who's also our MC.
yes,
Aaron,
Mr. Oktoberfest.
He did the leather work on the handle.
Oh, nice.
And the stitching. And then
Oh.
another guy that we have work out here who does our stainless welding
Yep.
made the little plate that's engraved
very
on
cool.
it. So it was
Yeah.
like three guys, three of our
Very cool.
regulars, our biggest supporters that kind of just built this thing, and it was awesome. And, and
he got a
that's the
kick out of
mallet
it.
that the mayor uses to tap the first keg. So it's kind of symbolic. And
Yes.
So at the luau, what does the mayor tap?
whoa,
Ooh, nothing yet.
Yeah, so the mayor hasn't been to the luau yet.
No,
I know.
We actually didn't invite him.
We didn't.
I didn't
yeah.
even think about it.
So this year was like our
Ooh.
first time doing the luau. And,
It was kind of a pilot.
yeah,
Just to
it
see
was
if we were going to do it again.
A trial. Yes, it was good, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
no, we did the luau for the first time this year, just to try it out, see what the reception was on it, see if people would
Which
like
he's
it.
been wanting to do a luau since we opened. So
Okay.
keep that in mind. That is near and dear to his heart.
Yeah, because every time I go to a luau that I hear about, not just at a brewery, but other places, I get so psyched, and I go out there and I'm so let down. It's like, oh my God, really? You're serving like pulled pork barbecue sandwiches? That's not Hawaiian food.
So Hannah just brought the mallet for
Mallet.
everybody to take a look
that
at.
is
Look at that.
If y'all
brilliant.
can, if y'all can see
Laminated
this, I know
oak
it's a
and-
podcast,
That is
What's
but
the
beautiful.
if
what's
you'll-
the wood?
Poplar and red oak.
Poplar and red oak.
I think that's going to end up on
That
Instagram
is
somewhere.
very cool.
Yeah. So look at your
collector's item.
look at your ear
Sure.
at your speakers right now, and imagine a hammer.
Yeah.
Or a mallet.
Hey,
Or
can you just
mallet.
like bang it on the table a couple times?
No, don't do that.
I can hit one of the guys' heads with it.
Yeah.
It might
Don't do
not-
that either. It looks really well made.
It is very well made.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a quality
beautiful?
piece
So
of
are y'all
equipment there.
Are y'all going to do a luau in the?
Ooh,
I
can I
say
come?
winter time, but
No, so we're
but it's
gonna
not
do
really winter time in
The idea
Texas.
is that we're going to do the Oktoberfest in the fall and the luau in the spring.
Okay.
And so this year we had it a little bit later. The luau was a little bit later. It was May.
May, yeah.
I think
it
we
was a
might
little
pull it
too
into
late.
maybe like April when the wildflowers are out, when the
Yeah.
bluebonnets are out, and just kind of have two main events each
Yeah,
year.
that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It's a
go
lot
to
to plan. There's a lot of work with
Yeah.
these.
Oh
so.
yeah, I know.
It's a good,
I know.
It's a good time.
So
I like pig.
one last question, and we'll kind of wrap this up. What are your goals? Where do you want to be in a year when we come back to visit you?
I'll let you answer
I mean,
that.
do you
we'll
wanna
we'll be
be
back
when
to
you
visit
grow
Where
you.
do
up?
we want to be in a year?
We'll be
when I grow up.
we'll be here to visit you way before
Of
a
course.
year's over,
Well,
like this weekend. But still,
so the there's some pretty I don't know. It's some big legislation passed this year.
oh
Yes.
I
yeah,
don't know if you guys heard about that. The beer to go,
Right.
Which is awesome.
For
Huge.
a small craft brewery like us with a brewer's license, we are not allowed to sell beer to go. Growlers, crawlers, cans, whatever.
Nothing.
Oh,
we can't sell anything to
no.
go. We can only sell it in the tap room.
Yep.
But starting September 1st, we will be allowed to sell you beer to go. So bring your growlers. Come on.
We will be
and-
open. We're going to have a big event on September 1st.
Yeah.
So-
Very
Isn't
nice.
Sunday.
that, is that a Sunday?
It's a Sunday. We're normally
Sunday.
closed on Sunday, so we will be open.
Special event? Yes,
Yes.
you will.
Yeah,
I
we
get
will.
it.
We're going to have a special event. We're going to be open.
To get yourself some of that
Jen and Ray will be
1930s
here.
sort of clothing and just pretend like it's in
Yeah,
the
like-
prohibition.
Like
right?
just the end of prohibition. Like, yes.
Get some
Open
of those-
the
You
taps.
gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta
Yeah.
go behind the curtain.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Ask the secret password.
So anyway, that's big, and so when you ask about what our goals are, we want to grow the tap room more, right? And that legislation will help us, sell a lot more beer out of the tap room,
Yes,
rather
it
than
will.
selling it like to wholesalers, right? And,
Oh, yeah.
and then to
Yeah.
kegs or whatever. But yeah, that'll be huge for our little brewery, and we're looking at getting into some small pack, either bottles, cans, or crowlers, or something like that we can package up and
Yep.
and have available for folks to take home and drink by their poolside at home.
Yes.
There you go.
Or take
whatever.
to travel or do beer shares or all of that stuff is huge nowadays that we haven't even been able to participate in.
yeah, we brought Mike's brother over here recently when he was in town, and he wanted something to go, but
I know.
We couldn't do it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It'd be like,
he lives up
oh,
in
just
he
come
lives
back
up in
a
St.
month
Louis.
and a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could have got that to the head of Anheuser-Busch, and they'd come down and bought y'all out, and it'd have been horrible for everybody but y'all. Still, put it off until September 1st, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
We're excited.
and then before we get out of here, sure you can come to the tap room and get the beer. Is there anywhere else we can drink Bluebonnet
So
beer?
yeah, we're on draft only right now. So you can find our stuff in and around Round Rock. We're at a number of places, but closest to the brewery would be
High
Probably
Country.
Pizza Delight,
High
right?
Country Market,
Yeah, Pizza Delight.
Greenhouse Craft Foods, 600 Degrees in Georgetown, Slapbox, Marriott. We got a bunch of places.
So we actually have all of the details of where we're on tap on our website. We actually have a map on our website where you can see everywhere that we're on tap.
What is your website?
TexasCraft.beer.
Texas Craft. Okay,
Yes.
I would have never guessed that.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
have either.
Or it's Bluebonnet Beer Company.
How did y'all get Texas
No,
Craft? Okay,
Bluebonnet
dot beer.
Beer Co.
Okay, never mind.
BluebonnetBeerCo.com.
Okay, very cool.
Okay. Okay.
Well, thank y'all very much for joining us. That was
Yes.
fun.
Thanks for coming out, and thanks for
Yes.
bringing all the tasty beverages.
Yes, we
Yeah.
appreciate
Yeah.
that.
You've got like one and a half more whiskeys to get through before you're done.
Yeah, he's only had 2.
Yeah.
2. You got
Yeah.
3 more to get through before you're done.
Yeah.
What are you talking? This is my first one. What are you talking about?
No, you
One.
You drank my first one.
No, I didn't
Oh,
drink
my
the whole
goodness.
thing.
Yeah. No.
I don't know about
This is my
that.
first full
Yeah, he
grown
shared
up,
the first one with
grown
me.
up man-sized drink.
Yep. Well, like I said, thank y'all very much. Thank y'all for hosting us, and we're gonna run to break. So,
Well, please come back, visit us.
we're here a lot. So,
Well,
also,
and
by the way,
when-
if you're local to Round Rock, David Clare should have mentioned this. They didn't. They do have a mug club. So
we do,
come join the mug
yes.
club. Come say hi to Dave Clare, their kids, to Eddie. Eddie's always here. I think he has a cot in the back. You'll meet. Yeah, the people around here aren't shy. They're very friendly. So come by, say hi, enjoy some great beer, great atmosphere, and David Clare.
Tap room's open every Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yep.
Come on out. It's happy hour times, 5 to 9 Thursday, Friday, Saturdays 3 to 9.
Yep.
There you go.
And,
All right.
and follow us on social media because that's where we put all of our special events. So if we're doing
Latest information,
yeah,
yeah.
the latest information, like September 1st will be open.
What's your
beers.
social media handle?
So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah, we know the
Right,
social
Blue-
media
They're
Yeah.
types.
all
Bluebonnet
different,
Beer.
though.
Okay.
Bluebonnet Beer, Bluebonnet Beer Co. I mean, just
Look you up.
Search us.
Just,
Okay.
Search us.
Search is
Awesome.
best.
It'll come up.
Very cool. Thank you very much.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks.
There you go.
Cheers.